All right, welcome guys. This is first video on our much expected NodeJS series, and on this video, I'm just going to be simply giving you the solution to the first task I issued out after our class. What is NodeJS? NodeJS is a server-side runtime environment. What does that mean? Um, so for years, JavaScript was written on the client side, that's on the browser, until Randall, a very smart developer, had access to the V8 engine, which was open source by Google, and he used that to implement Node.js, and that is what we have now. But that's just by the way. Anyway. I'm not here to give you stories. As you can see on my screen, I have an app.js file open. I just created this on my root directory. So this is going to be the entry point from our application. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to start by importing the HTTP module. This is a module I talked about in class that enables us to create a server. So I import this. What does this do? This enables us to create a server, and it is available in the Node environment. As we move forward, we'll see other modules that are available in the Node environment as well. This is one of them. So when I import this now, this doesn't do anything actually. This is a default export. This is a default. This is actually exported defaultly from Node.js, but you don't have to pay attention to that anyway. I just wanted to highlight that. But anyway, moving forward. So I could decide to name this dog, and it will still work. If you highlight it, it still shows us that it is an import type of HTTP. You can see that, but it's always good to follow good conventions so others can easily read your code. So we're going to name it HTTP to follow popular convention. So when we come here, we'll create a server here. So we come here and we do http dot create server. This is a method available on the http object. It returns a server. Yeah. So we're supposed to provide like a request listener here. I'm just going to provide hello world. This is just for the brief moment. So once this is done, creating this is not just enough. We've created a server, okay? How do we listen for incoming requests? Clients will send requests to our servers, and we need to get those requests. We need to process it, do whatever we want with the request, and then we send a response to the client. The client waits for a response. It's a two-way communication. So over down here, we're going to specify listening to our request on a port. So we're going to choose port 3000 for our purpose here. So with this, we have our basic setup up and going. Okay. So sorry about that. I had a server running. So I'm just going to start my server all over again. We do this by doing node address. This is the way of running applications, JavaScript applications in the node environment. So when I do this, it will run this file. So it executes the app.js file. And when that happens, the server is created and we start listening. So we can see this cursor is here. So it means we are listening for something. All right, let's proceed to our browser and see what we are listening to. Anyway, so I'm just going to come to my browser here. So on my browser, I'm going to visit localhost 3000. Please note you could decide to listen to any port on any port, but I decided to choose this because it works for me. So when I try to visit this, it keeps on loading and loading and loading and loading and loading. So the client has sent a mock request, I would say. It hasn't gotten a response, and the server does not have any way of terminating that request. It's going to time out eventually if we let it running. But this is, you can see it keeps on running, and we wouldn't want our applications to run this way, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that means we have to provide a request listener. So what was the um requirements of the tax? If you can remember. So first of all, for this tax, we're supposed to provide a way that when a client or someone visits the homepage, that's the localhost 3000 as specified, they see a form to provide their names. So that's what's going to happen in this case. So yeah, I like to separate my files because it's good practice, and um it also enforces separations of concerns because we have our server running here. I do not need to have my route, I would say. I'm going to create a folder here called routes. You could decide to call it anything, but this is just my convention. Routes.js, right? So I have this created here. So we have to figure out a way to show a form, okay, to a client when they visit that port. So anyway, I could just do well. I could just basically declare a function and just call it const request handler is equals to. So I'm going to specify my request listener, request and response. Yeah, this is what we call it. Okay, this is request and response, my request handler. And I just come here. I'll come here now, export default. I'll do a default export for the request handler. I'll export default my request handler. Yeah, that's just it. So now we have our request listener set up. Okay, what do I decide to do with it? So I'm just gonna, just show you what we can do and cannot do with this. So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to console log the request URL. I'm going to console log first. I'm going to come here and I'm going to end. We'll just see what this does in a moment. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to um require request handler equals to require. Yeah. So I'm just so doing this takes you to the same directory, one dot. If I want to go to directories up, I've done this, and I'll go to directories up. I'll go into my, these are the files I have on my system. I'm going to one directory. I'm staying on the same directory, sorry. So I do this. And when I click on this, I have this, object that I have this function. Functions are objects, in a way. I have this function that I have here available to me. So I could gently come here and I'll pass my request handler. Okay. All right. On doing so now, I'm just going to proceed to my browser. Hopefully it has not really timed out. And I'm going to visit that same port. So let me end this for now and visit that same port. Anyway, we'll have to go back to our application and see what this does anyway. So apparently I think I need to restart my server to have this affected. So get an error. Unexpected token export default. Okay, this is my fault. I tried to do this, to show you something. It's something I've already talking about in the beginning. This require that you see here. Require is actually a common JS way of requiring. This is how the NodeJS is used to importing files. What I did here is an ES6 import. This is an ES6 export. Okay. So a way of exporting this would be module dot export is equals to request handler. All right, let's have this and see what happens. So we'll visit our browser again, and that's import. Okay, we can see now that at this point something has happened. It doesn't keep loading. Let's see what happens. We were supposed to console log something. So let's go back and see what we console log. Oh yeah, the console log our request. So this is what the browser sent me. The browser sent me a favicon.ico. You are probably wondering where that is coming from. I'll show you. Let me just show you in a minute where that is coming from. So if you check here carefully, this 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 favicon is actually what we are seeing. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to respect this and show you what we are actually seeing. You know what? I'm going to just refresh and make that request again, so you know what the browser sends. I'm going to open this. Okay, I'm going to preserve the log so we can see what is going on. Anyway, let's not just dwell on this. This happens quite so fast. You can see some resources being sent. This happens quite so fast that even a browser cannot monitor it because it's quite a light file. But that's just by the way. I don't want to prove to you that something is being sent by the browser. So the browser sent a request, and on our end, we've console logged that on our end. Anyway, this is the request where I'm talking about this. So with that in mind, so the plan was whenever a client visits this directory, let me just put this so you'll not be distracted. We should serve them the form. How would you do this? Okay, I love the implementation some of you did. This is what a lot of you did. You came here and you did const form is equals to, you created this, and then you began to write your HTML. So I'm just going to follow your convention because I was quite impressed with what you did. This is what a lot of you did. You came here, you wrote your HTML. Okay. By the way, these are called template literals in JavaScript. Let me write it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Sorry. The alternative to using normal strings like this or this. Yeah. So, but this gives us more control over what we're supposed to do. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to include a head. Sorry that you have to really watch me type this out because I want everyone to follow me. So we're going to include a title. By the way, this is not necessary. The head and title. I just want to include it so you can see something. And this will say, please enter NM. Anyway, I don't want to have you watch me painlessly type this. So I'm just going to leave this from where I already have it. That's the form, and I'm going to drop it. So we move on to the business of the day. Yeah. So in a few, you're gonna be seeing a form appear on your screen. Don't panic. Don't be worried. It's not magic. I have it here already. So yeah. So with that, I'm just going to come here and I'm going to drop this here. Sorry, I need to do this so you can see what is happening. Yep. So we have our basic form. We have a form in a template literal, and our form has an action that points to message. Like I said, it has a method called post, and it has an input of type text and a name called message, and then a button of type submit, and then send. That's just basically what we have. So I'm just gonna come here now. So whenever a client visits this, I'm going to write them HTML. Simple. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to write them the form that we have there. So basically this form is declared, or more like on the file scope, that's the environment scope now. So it's available to this function here. So I just simply leave this and I place it here. If I do this, you see, it shows you the form. I come here and it shows you the form. So they're the same thing. So it's available there for me. So I bring it down here and I can write that out. Yeah, from my browser. So anyway, we have that. And I'm just gonna come here. With our server open, I'm going to just visit our browser at the moment so we can see what we have when we visit that URL. So when I come here and I do this, hold on. I think it's very probable I did not save that file. Okay, yeah, the return statement here. Okay, so I'm just simply going to restart my server anyway. Since you need to painlessly go through this. Oh, yeah, I had an error. That's the error up there. You can see this HTML with this. So these are things you tend to think it's seen, but it just catch you from nowhere. So I'm going to have to restart my server again. So you have to watch me do this, but this is what we can do for now. So whenever someone visits here, let's visit the browser and see what we have. So we have a form. Yep. So whenever someone visits localhost 3000, we give them a form. And in this form, we have a title that says, that's why the title that says, please enter a name. So they come here and they enter their name. And when they enter a name, we write it to a file. So they enter a name now, the browser just refreshes and attaches something here. And that's just about it. So that's not what you want. You want something more. This, yeah. So we're going to capture this from our side, from our end, and then we're going to process it and write it to a file. So we'll be going on a flow at the moment. So please stay with me if I do this. Okay, our flow was quite generic. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm just going to declare two variables here. One is going to be called URL, which is going to be a request.url, and then the second is going to be method. Second is going to be method. This is going to be simply equal to request.method. Okay, so that's going to be equal to request.method. That's just it. So even though whenever someone visits this link, whenever someone visits it, it's going to give them a form. I just want you to be precise in such a way that you always have to visit localhost 3000 to see a form. You just can't visit any arbitrary link to get a form. So I'm going to say if URL is equals to, I'm going to use a 3 equal sign, the slash, then we do something. I'm going to move this up here. Yeah. So I'm just going to start my server right again. Anyway, forgive me, we have to start our servers from time to have changes reflect. That's how we have to do it for now. Anyway, as we move forward, we have tools that can help us. So if we come here and refresh, if we get our form, sorry. So you see what happens when I try to visit my shop, it does nothing. But when I visit the of 2000, it gives me a form. So if I come here and I do intern, it does nothing. I come here and I do, let me just use one of the names in class. Who can I remember? So I'm gonna do Hybe, yeah. So if I visit Hybe, it does nothing. You can see it. You have to visit this exact part to get a form. So we have our first implementation out the way. So then let's proceed. So when I come here now, I think I need to zoom out a little. Yep. So you can see the content on my screen. So when you visit here, you get a form. All right. So our second implementation, what are we supposed to do? If the URL is equals to message and the method, sorry, simple equal sign, the method is equal to first, we do something. Yeah. So this is where the whole logic happens. And this is where probably a lot of you are asking me, hey, Kingabesh, how did I lose marks? What did I not do right? What did I do? What did I not do right? Anyway, you did excellently well. You beat my expectations and I was taken aback and also impressed with what you did. There are many ways of doing things in programming. This is one of the ways. So this is not foolproof. It's not a way of handling this. So we're going to have to, first of all, I'm going to import the model probably all been waiting to see me import, which is the FS module. So I'm going to import the FS module. Const FS equals to require. This is available in the node environment. So I don't even have to install this as an extra package. It comes with node. Sorry, it comes with node, so you can see it available for me. And you ask me, why do I have to name it FS? Can't I name it file system? Of course, you can name it file system. But FS is quite short, and you don't have to, you don't have to like write a lot just to do something, just to do a little. So, and this is quite convenient for programmers. Programmers we like to do things sharp, 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 sharp. So first of all, I'm going to declare an array here. Const body is equal to an empty array. Why do I declare this array? Okay. When a client sends a request to the server, you don't always have to trust the size. You don't know the amount of data they will send, and you will not love your server to crash. But that's even by the way. It's always advisable and better for performance for you to actually handle handle streams of data in chunks. So when data is sent to you, don't just list it at once. Most of you just got the data and then you moved it to you did something with it and then you moved it to a file. So that was probably where most of you lost marks anyway. So I think it was a little harsh, but I expected you to do some study and probably come across this. So now I'm gonna listen. I want to listen to. So yeah, I want to actually listen to the body that I'm expecting to come. So with that, we have a method called request.on. I could do request.on. I want to listen to data. Are we receiving data? See, you even have here an event listener. So I'm listening to data. Do we have data coming? Yes, we do. So on data, what am I going to do with this data at this moment? You're wondering, what do we do with the data? So we'll have to call what we call a callback, and that callback will receive the data we're receiving from the client. Yeah. So I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna just pass an arrow function. When I pass an arrow function like this, I'm gonna come here. This is what do I do here? You're probably wondering what are you gonna do here, guys? So let's see. So when I receive data, I want to get it in chunks. This event listener available for me on NodeJS allows me to process data in chunks. I'm just gonna pass chunk here. Okay. When I pass chunk, I'm gonna come down here. So I'm just gonna come down here, and we have our array here. So as I get the chunks, what am I gonna do with it? I'm gonna push the chunk into that array up there. That's what I'm gonna do. Simple. Then we can't keep on listening for data. Data is going to end, obviously. So we also have another method available for us out the box, also an event listener. So we listen to when it ends. We listen to data, we also listen to end. So we can do something like rec.on. That's are we done getting data? The event is a string and a listener. Are we done getting data? Okay. Now that we're done getting data, what do we do with the data we get? So at this point, we have gotten, we're 100% sure we're getting the whole data as a whole block. We're not just doing the chunks now, we have a whole block of data readily available to us. So what do we do with it? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Right. So we need to somehow find a way to process this data. So when I come here, I'm just going to pass a callback function. A callback function is just a function that is passed into a function. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm going to come here. You know what? I'm just going to console log that body so you see what you get. I'm going to console log the body so you can see what we get. Just for educational purposes. That's all. So when I do this, I have to come here and I have to restart my server again. I'm going to simply clear and then I'm going to restart my server. I'm going to restart my server. Alright. Let's visit the browser again and see what it has for us. So when I come here, I'm going to refresh again and I have this and I'm just going to type awesome NodeJS instance. And I send it. Anyway, I didn't end the request, so it should keep loading. But I believe by this now you should know what should happen. Like I didn't use rest.end at this point, so the request should keep on going and going and going until it times out. So we get a buffer. We get a buffer. See what we get. This is our array, our body array. So we're seeing what we call a buffer. What do we do with this? This is binary. What can we do with this? What can we do with the buffer? With binary, you can basically do nothing. So we have to find a way to process this. So we have what we call a buffer available in Node. It's a data structure in Node. I'm just going to call this const past body. Sorry, let me use camel casing. So I didn't know I'm going to get it too fast. So we have the buffer object available with us. It's a class with an object too. It's a class available in Node. So it has a method called concat. So I'm going to concatenate our body. We're going to take this body, that is the buffer we get, concat into the buffer class, and then anyway, let me just concat it and still console log it and show you what we get. Because it's very vital you understand what is going on here. So you know why we need to do this. Most of it does, maybe just saw it somewhere and you saw it being done. You don't understand why they have to do it. So I just have to show you why they did this. I'm going to come here again. So this time I'm going to add rest.end. I don't want our server going on and on and on and on. Not ideal. Yeah, we can rest.end. Up, 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 so apparently it doesn't even get here. I'm just going to leave it up here. Yeah, I'm going to move it up here and that's it. Yeah, it makes sense. It doesn't get there, so you can see that's an mutable code. Since I return this, yeah, this return makes sure that everything outside this block. Since I return this here, this return means that everything outside this block is not cannot be reached, and that is my intention. I just want to end here. So we're going to move to our browser. I'm going to first of all start a server again, and then we're going to proceed to our browser to see what happens. Yep, as always. So I'm going to refresh. Okay, anyway, it sends the same message again, but I want to enter something. Let me just enter amazing Node.js devs. Yeah, I'm going to send this anyway. So it ends now. You can see it obviously ends. So I'm just going to go back to what we are doing and we'll see what we're getting. Oh, we get another buffer. Yeah, two buffers. What do we do with two buffers? Things are best. It does not be complicated. So how can we really process this now? Let's see what we can do about this. So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to add the method called the string. Also, this method is also available on the buffer class, buffer to string. So it gives us a string representation of an array. So I'm going to see this as strings quite soon. I'm going to come here. I'm going to quit my server. Let me just save this. I'm going to start my server again. So I'm going to visit our browser again to see what we get. So I'll go to home page. I'm going to come here. I'm going to say start ng. So when I send this, oh yeah, it ends. We come here. Let's go back to our solution and see what we get. Oh, we get what we wanted. Awesome. Nice. This is all you ever want. We just wanted us to get this. Yeah. So you can see the way it moves. You understand the process. How we move from getting data in chunks, not just getting them in chunks. We also moved from getting a total data, but in binary. We got a buffer, we concatenated. It gave us an extra buffer having two buffers. And at the end, we used the string method, and then we got a normal string. And now this is something we can read as humans. Okay, so that's by the way. But we don't, don't really want a message in this format. We need to pass it, make it look stylish and stuff. We need to make it look good. So I'm just gonna simply pass it just before you. This might be a little bit advanced, I would say, but I don't want you to get it in. So I'm gonna do const message is equals to pass body, sorry, pass body that split. Split is a method that converts a string to an array. So I'm just gonna split it at one position. I'm gonna split it at anywhere I see an equal sign. So what is I actually need to get this. So if I call split and I pass in this, it's going to give me this and this. Yep. We'll just see that in a moment. So I'm just gonna come here, I'm going to pass the equal sign. Anyway, let's see what it gives us. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to console.log message. So above here, I'm going to check out this console since you already know what that does. So I'll come here, I'll click my server. Oh, sorry, we always have to go through this, but it's necessary to understand what is going on. So I'm going to come here again. I'm just going to pass start.ng. I'm going to send it. So I'm doing that. I'm going to go back to our solution. At our solution, I can see we get two arrays, message and string. But I will still want to get the start ng in a normal way. So we can see a pattern. We can see that every space we leave between our characters gets a plus, gets replaced with a plus. So with that, we can really be creative. So I told you, if you in JavaScript, I will have zero base indices. Let me write that zero base indices. So what does that even mean? It means the first element here has an index of 0, this has an index of 1. What that means is we come here and we do 1, we're going to be getting the second element, which is start ng, which is start plus ng. Anyway, let's do that for ourselves. Let's run the server again. We'll go back to our browser. So let's just refresh this. Yep, and then we'll come back to our solution. So we can see we get start ng. But I still want to pass that. I still want that to look better than it does at the moment. So the question is, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? What do you think I do, guys? All right, let's do formatted message is equals to message is split again. JavaScript has a lot of handy methods. So we split at the plus, we get an array. So now we're going to get an array here. Okay. I'm just going to come here and I'm going to console log this. So you can see what I mean. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to start my server. So we'll go to the browser and then we're going to send the same. Once we refresh this, we'll send the same message again to the server. So go back to our implementation and see what you get. So we just start ng. So so we would like this in a string anyway. We could just use the join method. So I would come here and I would come here and I would do. Actually, we could just use the join method on this. Since this gives us an array, if we use the join on this, we could come here and we do join. So basically, message.split plus returns this. So at this point, we have this array. So I could still come here and declare another variable and then do formatted message.join. But I want to chain it here so you understand that at times you can chain methods to get to your goal. That's the way I chain concat and to string. I could actually concat here, come, declare another variable and use to string, but I still get the uh updates, the JavaScript updates that is particular to this, the array updates that is particular to this. Array prototype actually that's particular to this, so I can chain methods and methods and methods and methods as much as I like. So I'm just going to change the join. Join is going to convert and this array to a string, but I would like to give it a space. So once we join this array, once we convert it to a string, we'll have start space ng. If I decided to leave out this space, we get start ng without a space. Let me just do that so you see for yourself. Let me join without the space so you can see for yourself. Control C. I'll start my server. I'm going to go here. Go to the browser again. I'm going to share. Go to refresh. So let's go back to our implementation and see for ourselves. So we just start and this is not what we want. We do not want to manipulate the data that our user sends us, right? So we just have to come here and we have to specify our space. So we come here and we save it. Save that server. We come here. Then we visit the browser and we refresh again. So we go back to our solution. Sweet, we get what we want, start engine. So we've been able to pass the message we got. Pass, this is passing. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing it quite right, so you don't get confused. This is passing. You can look this up on Google and see what this means. So you will be able to pass the message now. We get the real message we want. It doesn't matter what I type. Whatever I type, I will always get it in this format. Get it well formatted. So we formatted our message. Yeah. And this was part of the challenge too. People that did this scored the marks they required on this. So the last step of the magic now is writing to a file. So with the file we have okay. So with that file we have the FS module. So I'm just gonna come down here and I'm going to do FS dot. So most of them is wondering why I would use this, but FS dot write file. We have write file string. We have write file as string. We have create write string. You could use any method you want to write to this, but I want to keep it with write file to make it easy and straightforward. So write file now, it takes in 3 arguments. The first argument is the path, as you can see. It takes a path. The path could be a string, the number, a buffer, or a URL. Then it takes the data, the write file options, the data we want, and then it takes a callback. Okay. So first of all, we're going to pass it a path. Where do we want to save this? I want to save it personally to message.txt, like I specified on the task. So what do I want to save? Oh, I want to save I want to save my formatted message. Okay. So what does the callback do in this case? Okay. Personally, most of you decided to, return return the form again. Most of you decided to write a message saying your file has been successfully saved. Thank you. That was awesome. But I don't want to simply do a redirect. I'm just gonna come here. I'm going to do. I'm going to pass a callback. You probably. I'm not going to check for error. You probably wonder why do I not check for error? What if something goes wrong? Well, this is synchronous, and I'm betting 9 times out of 10 that something would not go wrong. So I'm just going. I don't want to keep it simple too. So I'm going to use another method called raise right head. Raise right head takes into parameters, it takes in a status code. I'm going to use a redirect status code. You can read an HTTP status code at your own time. Okay. So the 302 is a redirect. We have 200 that shows success. We have 201 that shows created, and then we have a 302 that shows redirect. We have 400. We have 404 that shows not found. We have 423 that shows unprocessable entity. We have many status codes. So I'm going to come here now and I'm going to just pass location this. Okay. Yeah. So basically what does that do? FS byte head. FS byte head, sorry, I'm going to write the location in capital letter. It's to be in capital letter. Yeah, that's the convention. So what does this do? FS byte head just sends it sets the header. But here we set a status code as the first thing, and the second one could be anything. I could decide to come here and do content type text, content type text slash HTML like some of you did. But yeah, I want to give it a location. This location would actually tell this code that once you get here, you direct the user. So I just want to redirect the user to the form once they make a submission. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just come here. I'm going to delete this. Okay. Yeah. So I think at this point we are good to go, right? Yeah, let's see. Let's come here and go to our browser and let's initiate this process from the start. So when we come here, we'll come to local 3000. We'll come here, I'm going to enter my name. King Abesh is a NodeJS lover. Yeah, I'm going to send. Okay. Surprisingly that does not work. So you need to debug this. So this is what happens. Sometimes you see error that are quite not conventional. So what do we do wrong here? What did we actually do wrong here? Okay. So okay. Let's also move this up here for some reason. And then I return it. Yeah. I also have a request terminate here and then redirect across. Anyway, let's try this and see what happens. Okay, this ends here. This should end here, not process here. Once it proceeds here, once the request proceeds here, it defeats the purpose of what we want to achieve. So let's just close this and see what happens and try this again. Yeah, so the directors. So that works. Yep. Now let's go check if our file has been created. So yeah, we have a message file created. Amazing Node.js. What passed? So guys, that's about it. Let's play around and maybe let's do something else. So we have this open now. I'm going to go again. I'm going to enter what I want to enter. King Abesh is a Node.js lover. So I send it and be directed. And when I go back to my file and I check this, I have this. So anyway, this overwrites it because I use write file. Write file overrides the already found content of the file. And guys, so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this little